What's going on, real boxing fans? This real boxing talk. And I'm looking at boxing right now, and the fight that I want to see, that I'm excited about, is the Tyson Fury and the Deontay Wilder fight. Now, the way I see this fight is what makes it so exciting for me is you got Tyson Fury. The guy's like 6'9", and what's so great about Tyson Fury is the man can move in the ring, and he has great boxing skills, and he has a great boxing IQ. I believe his boxing IQ is even higher than Deontay Wilder. He just don't possess the gifts that Deontay Wilder has, which is speed and athletic ability. And I'm not saying by no means that Deontay Wilder don't have a high boxing IQ. It's just that he I don't think he has the level of technical abilities of Tyson Fury. But if you're knocking everybody out, you don't really need it. You don't need those kind of technical gifts or abilities. And I think what really makes it exciting for me is Tyson Fury. You can tell just by his swagger. The dude, he has like no fear of Deontay, or if he does have fear, he definitely knows how to hide it. And he's a real dude. He comes from that cloth of warrior. That you could tell he wants to fight, and which is why a lot of people, they don't understand why people don't like Anthony Joshua on this side, because the dude is huge with muscles, and he looks like the Black Incredible Hulk, but he's afraid to lose. He's afraid to fight the top contenders, the top fighters out there, the top champions, and we're not used to that. And when you see uh, you know other boxing fans riding with that, that just kind of makes your dislike for him a little bit more, kind of like the whole Triple G thing. It's like, yeah, Triple G a pretty good fighter, but he's not really going after the people. You don't know if he can beat or not, and that's really what makes a fighter great, when he dare to be great, and we don't see that in Anthony Joshua. So, you know, I'm going off on a whole nother tangent right there, but to look at Tyson Fury, what I'm saying, I don't think, after a 2 year layoff, he has the conditioning to be able to withstand, the attacks that Wilder's going to put on him. I'll say round 6 or 7. This his conditioning is going to show up. I think that's when Deontay Wilder's really going to put the test on him and try to knock him out. Of course he's going to try to knock him out in the first round, but because Tyson Fury has been inactive, I don't think he's going to be able to reach for that abilities and them tools to outpoint Wilder for the long haul. And you have to really, you know, um, you have to really hone that time in to get yourself back up, you know, to get yourself back up to par with your timing, and getting everything back on point. And I don't think Tyson Fury had enough time to really acclimate himself back to fight at this level. So with that said, I see Wilder taking him out within 6 to 7 rounds. Then we're gonna look at Errol Spence situation with Sean Porter and Mike Garcia, and that whole debacle. Because Sean Porter, you can tell, you can look at his face, and you could just tell this dude here, man, he wants no parts of Errol Spence. So he just got the belt. You know what I'm saying? He ain't trying to go in that direction. And I know his handlers are telling him like, look, you need to milk that belt. And I'm not saying that's what I suggest for him. I want him to go straight to Spence. You know what I'm saying? So, but with that said, if Spence can't get that fight, he need to fight Crawford because Spence does have the backing of the people because he's that guy who's willing to fight anybody. But if he start doing the Keith Thurman thing and the Sean Porter thing, then you're gonna see real fast how the boxing purists, the hardcore, is gonna change their opinions about him. Because once they get a couple of million, you see how people really see how boxers really start acting once they get a little money. You look at a Danny Garcia and these guys are hurting now because now they're taking their first losses in the game, and Triple G, uh, forced to fight Charlo, and I don't think he's gonna take that fight. Right now, I think he's just gonna cash out because he's at the end of his career, and Triple G don't need no smoke like that right now at this time in his career. He's I've always thought he was a good fighter but overrated, and you know I just can't go with the whole facade. And when I say he's a good fighter, I mean he's a really good fighter, but he's a fighter that just didn't have anybody good to fight. I don't even consider Jacobs that good. You know, I mean, I've been watching boxing for over 30 years, man. So I know what good look like. And let me tell you something. These guys are not that good. And just look at the people who are announcing like Roy Jones and Bernard Hopkins and great fighters like Joe Calzaghe and Nigel Ben. These guys were ridiculous in the ring. They were so good, man. I'm talking about just go back and watch some of those fights and check out how they got down, man. It was on a whole nother level, bro. And you'll look at Triple G and you be like, yo, no, man, no. Hell to the no. Then let's see. Errol need to go ahead and fight he need to go ahead and fight Crawford. Um and I think that would be a huge pay-per-view fight. You know, I don't care. Everybody, would tune in to see that fight right there because that's gonna really, I think that's gonna like shake out who's gonna be the top dog at the welterweight division. After that, hands down, I think if Errol win, I think he would just clean out 147. I think Crawford is the biggest task he has to get over. And I think everybody knows that. And then I see where Porter is gonna fight Keith Thurman again, for a second time. And if Keith get that belt back, that'll be the worst. Really, it don't even matter because they both trying to duck. And I really don't want to see Keith get the belt back, even though I was a big Keith Thurman fan. You know, but he stopped playing that political game once he got the belt. Man, I was disappointed with that, and then he took a hiatus from boxing, and there you go with that. So Keith Thurman playing games. It look like it's a popular thing in boxing right now to grab the belt and hold on to it, and just go ahead and take a vacation. And I understand these guys been fighting for a while, but man, boxing is all about taking advantage of your prime. And Keith, Porter, you know, all these guys, they're in their prime. Crawford, they need to be fighting. This could be another golden era, if they all just start fighting each other. And win, lose, or draw, they will go down in history, if they give us some great fights. Uh, this has been real box Been real talking to y'all. If you subscribe, you know what I'm saying, hit the like button, you know what I'm saying. And I'm gonna be bringing some more videos at you, man. You know, this is my first one, and I appreciate y'all, man. Let me know what y'all think about, Deontay Wilder and Fury. You know what I'm saying, fighting. So, you know, let me know. I'll come back at you.